Do you know who Beatrice Flamini is? She's a Spanish woman who recently emerged having spent 500 days alone in a cave. Monitored from afar by scientists, the idea was to explore the effects of isolation on the human body and mind. Spending her days reading, drawing, exercising, knitting woolly hats and recording videos for a forthcoming documentary, she apparently lost track of time after about 2 months and actually had no idea how long she'd been in the cave. Describing her experience as excellent and unbeatable, Flamini admitted to talking to herself, but never out loud. Acknowledging there were difficult moments, she stressed there were also some very beautiful moments too, and I had both as I lived up to the commitment I had made. A rather extreme way, perhaps, to heed the Socratic advice to know yourself. However unusual, she's not the first to go to extreme lengths in search of learning or new insights and wisdom. Before his own ministry began, Jesus himself spent 40 days in the desert. But have you ever heard of Daniel the Stylite? He might sound like a 70s disco diva, but he's actually a saint from the 5th century. A stylite, if you are wondering, is a pillar dweller. That's right, someone who lives on top of a column. In search of spiritual illumination, Daniel lived on his pillar for 33 years. Makes 500 days in a cave sound doable. Slightly less dramatically, I've spent the last few days on retreat. No caves, no pillars, just regular meals, a warm room and space to reflect, rest and recharge. Time to pause and to pray. A spiritual MOT of sorts aimed at taking stock, examining life as it is and life as it maybe could and should be. Understandably, there was no press conference at the end like the one that greeted the Spanish cave dweller. No kings or emperors came to visit, as they did with the Stylite from Mesopotamia. But there were lessons learnt nonetheless. Insight and encouragement, challenges and inspiration. Of course, the worth of such learning only becomes clear as we return to the real world, when normal life resumes. My hope and prayer is that we don't forget to take stock, to examine our lives and test our ways. Obviously, the busyness of modern life doesn't help or make it easy. Columns, caves, or even retreats may be out of the question. But let's not neglect what may be essential. As Socrates warns, the unexamined life is not worth living. One retreat revelation I can confirm is that I have no inclination to live on top of a pillar. I wouldn't mind being known as Nick the Stylite.